NBA podcast. I'm Olivia, that's Jamie, and today we are going into our hockey predictions. I wrote 2024-2025 season.
That's not the season.
It's not. I think that might be last year's.
Yeah.
It is last year's. I rewrote it elsewhere. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. I can't tell. Anyway, I know nothing about hockey, so this will be my vibe for the entire video.
Yes.
But that's okay.
I am leading this video, and even I don't know that much. Like, I know a lot. I watch it constantly. Do I pay attention to a lot of the other teams? No. Am I as in...
the Minnesota Wild very good.
Yeah.
Very well?
Yeah. And am I invested as much as I am in baseball? No. But I will still gladly watch any hockey game if it's on. So.
I won't. I don't enjoy hockey very much.
That's so surprising coming from you.
For those of you who have listened to the podcast, we in Connecticut have a deep-seated trauma to do with hockey. So all right guys, listen up. Let's get nice and clear. So we in Connecticut used to have our own hockey team. Our own team. They played in Hartford, called the Hartford Whalers. And they were not that great, honestly. But they were us. And Connecticut never has anything. We don't get major sports teams. We barely have good cities. We're a highway. So having a team, I actually really like it in Connecticut, but we are a highway for the grand scheme of most people. And we had the Whalers, something before my time, quite frankly. But a memory, a piece of hope, a piece of state pride, and they ripped it away from us. So, out of pure resentment, I have not watched hockey since learning this fact. Nor did I really watch hockey before, because I have the trauma inherited as well from my family, who used to watch and root for the Whalers. So, we never had the built-in connection with our Bostonian teams like we do in every other sport, because our connection was to the Whalers. So, because of that, I am not a hockey fan. I just can't be. So, that's the end of my talk.
One thing is about Olivia is it's actually surprising that she doesn't like hockey because she likes violence.
Expose me like that.
I'm exposing you like that.
I enjoy the drama. I enjoy fights and stuff in sports. And you know what? You're right. Hockey has a ton of that. If the Whalers were still there, I'd be rooting for the fight. But the state pride wins out.
Okay.
Look up the Hartford Whalers logo and tell me it is not the best logo in sports.
I've seen it. It's like a W with a tail.
I'm not telling you. I'm telling the podcast people.
Anyways, we're gonna get into this. Olivia, do you even know how the playoffs and stuff works?
Yeah, 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5.
Yes, I just have it written differently.
Okay.
Because
it
I have
like an NBA bracket.
Yeah, but like NBA has that freaking weird thing.
Oh yeah, that was only like 3 years ago. It was added though.
Yeah,
so
that's weird. Anyways,
I kind of like it. It adds some fun chaos in. Also, it forces teams to not do as much tanking, because if everyone's tanking, there's still a chance you might make the playoffs.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Let's start with Eastern.
Okay.
And let's start with Metropolitan. Or did you not go by, the conferences?
I kind of did.
Okay.
So the one on top is last season's, is what I've learned. And I organized that one by conferences.
Okay.
But I wrote down here.
Because I don't...
Let me just underline.
Because I did exactly what we did for football, but just hockey, where I did conferences and then picked.
Not green. All right, you're this one, you're this one, you're this one, you're this one. But it doesn't there's only like one technically guaranteed from each conference, right?
No, you can have 2. Oh, guarantees? You can have 3.
Yeah.
So the top 3 are
Really?
guaranteed in each conference to go to the playoffs.
Perfect. I didn't mess that up.
And then
I
the
didn't
wild
know
cards
that.
can be from either conference.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm fine. We're good. My bracket still isn't completely messed up yet, so we're good.
Okay. So
It's not messed up at all,
mhm.
just to say, but I'm now just underlining for. Can the wild card be seated higher than one of the top 3 teams?
Yeah, technically.
Perfect. I didn't mess up at all. We're good. All
I
right.
guess I didn't even.
Shall we-
Yeah. So for Metropolitan, I have. I'm going to say their full name so I don't confuse you. Instead of all of their nicknames, I have the Capitals on top. They're just
I have the Hurricanes.
that's a fine one. I have.
Well, I did research.
Yeah.
I did research, and then I wrote down who other people thought would be the best, and then manipulated it to fit my own needs.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I have the Canes, like the Hurricanes second, so like that's not, and I think they're gonna be close anyways.
Right.
Capitals and Hurricanes, both of them very good
I
teams
have the
right
Capitals
now.
second.
Yeah.
So I'm
Both-
not doing too shabby so far.
Both of them are very good teams, so it just makes sense.
Sorry, second for the Met, not for the overall.
Yeah.
standings.
I'm
For the
just
playoff
doing
bracket.
that
Okay.
for Metro. Blue Jackets I have as third. That's
I
where.
have the Devils based on my research.
So that's a good one. I think the Devils have been doing some weird moves. They had a lot of injuries at the end of last season, and I just don't think they have it in them.
Okay, so you know how you felt during the NBA one?
Mm-hmm. You're feeling it now? Yeah.
Me right now. I have no clue what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm smiling and nodding. Yeah. I didn't even know some of these teams existed. I can't even lie.
But it's not a bad thing to put the Devils where you have them. That's where they were last year, and yeah. But then I have the Rangers in the Metropolitan. I think they'll go higher.
I have Rangers after the Devils.
Yep. And then I have the Devils.
I have the Blue Jackets. So we just kind of did a fun little switcheroo.
Yeah, we did a little moving around. And then, honestly, these bottom ones, they can go any way. They're all 3 really bad teams. They can go anywhere in the order.
I did good.
Yes. So I have Islanders, Penguins, Flyers.
So I did Penguins, Islanders, Flyers, and I put the Penguins on top of the worst teams because they're Kai's favorite team. So
That's
so
fair
I
enough.
gave Kai some joy this season, and I said you could have a decent best of the worst.
But yeah, that can go anyway. So like, no problems with that. And it doesn't even matter because it's not like they're going to the playoffs. Sorry, Kai.
No, they're not. I don't have them in the playoffs either. But I wanted them to be better than the Islanders and Flyers. 1, because Islanders are New York, and 2, because Philly is Philly, and 3, because Kai likes the Penguins.
Fair enough.
My first logic was, I actually put them lower, and then I went, oh, Kai will be sad.
Anyways,
I was being a good friend.
moving on to the Atlantic. One sec. I have the Leafs.
You're good.
Being the top.
Same. I did good again.
And then I have the Panthers. I think they're just gonna do.
I have the Senators.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I just think the Panthers will kind of keep going through Stanley Cup like running, and just have that momentum.
I have the Panthers third.
Okay.
So I think they're gonna be good.
See, third is my hot take. I think third will be the Canadians because they had their big run. So, beginning of the season, and even till the halfway point, they were at the bottom of the Atlantic. And they were at the bottom, and they were able to get one of the wild card spots in the end. I think they got second, which I just think they have that momentum now, and I think they have that confidence in themselves, and I think they're going to go far. And so that's why I have them third. And so
I went Lightning and then Canadians. So
yeah.
I have Canadians in, I guess that's fifth.
Yes. I had Senators and then Lightning. So, once again, same teams, same rearrangement. I kind of wanted to put the Red Wings higher because I think they will have a chance. I put them next. I think they will have a chance, but I just think the other 5 teams are just going to be better. And then
I put the Bruins next because I couldn't have them be last.
I did not put the Bruins next. The Sabres are next. Bruins are last because
Sabres last.
Bruins are completely changing their entire roster. They completely flopped it around last year. It screwed them over. They thought it was going to be a chance to push them higher. It just didn't go well for them at all. And I think they're going to still be scrambling the rest of this year.
Spooky in this lighting. Look how tired I look. Fine. I didn't stay up late reading or anything at all.
I didn't stay up that late.
I've been very entertained. My iPad will not stay standing on my leg because it's angled, so it just keeps falling into my computer and causing me to panic.
Let's go into the Western Conference. And we'll go into Central first, even though that's like the league my team is in. We'll go into the Central.
Central first.
I think the Jets are going to continue, and they're going to keep going.
Okay.
And then I have the Avalanche.
I have the Stars.
I have the Stars in third.
I had the Avalanche in third.
Which is mainly, I hate Texas more than I hate Denver. So, that was the only reason.
I have the Wild next.
I do have the Wild next, yes. Even though it's Utah's second year, and this is where Utah was last year, there was part of...
So they were Utah hockey team, and now they're the Mammoths.
Mammoths,
I think the Mammoths is such a good name, but I think they should have kept Utah hockey team because that is objectively hilarious.
Yeah. So, I think there's a chance the Utah can beat the Wild. I think they have it in them, but I do just have them underneath for my own pride.
Yeah, I have the Blues.
Wrong conference. Wait, no. Right conference. I just didn't write them down. That is where I would put the Blues. That is where I would put the Blues.
And then I do Predators, which is a creepy name for a hockey team. I do not like it.
But it's
watching a lot of To Catch a Predator lately.
It's not like, that kind of Predator.
I know, but like I've been watching so much To Catch a Predator. Like while I was eating dinner tonight before we got on call, I threw on like one of the YouTube shorts, and it was about this like creepy doctor who was like preying on a 15-year-old. And like I don't know, I see Predator now, and that's all I can think of.
And then the Blackhawks undoubtedly will be at the bottom no matter what.
Yeah.
Will be at the bottom.
It's fun to make fun of Chicago. 2, they're just that bad.
They're just bad.
So like
they're just bad. Pacific. I don't remember if I think I have this order weird.
I have the Oilers.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that a bad take?
No, they don't tend to do good in season. They tend to have the momentum in postseason, in the playoffs, like they have been the past 2 years, obviously. They were wild card 2 last year, so to show that how little momentum.
I put them on top of Pacific, and
they were third.
About it.
They were third.
I put them there. I don't care.
I have the Knights.
My bracket, my rule.
Okay.
I have the Knights in second.
Okay, and then I have the Kings in second, just because they're good.
I have the Kings in third.
Which, yours is weird because your Oilers going... Yeah. And then I told
you, I was just gonna go off vibes and adjust to how I please from what the
Yeah.
research told me.
And then I have the Flames in third.
I have the Flames next. So because
And I have the Oilers
down.
next. Yeah. And whereas I have the
Okay, yeah,
Oilers
so-
at the bottom. And then, fun fact, these bottom teams are some of my favorite teams just in means of media and stuff, and I hate having to put them in the bottom. Because the Ducks are the Mighty Ducks, and they have the Mighty Ducks logo, and that's such a good, like, I love the Mighty Ducks. But I have the Ducks next. And then Canucks, I have next, which they're kind of my Canadian team that I like to root for, but they have a lot of drama, like in-house player-on-player drama. So, and which has been screwing them over. And then I have the Sharks, just because I have the Sharks a little higher just because they have two good young players and they're besties and they're my favorite thing on the internet. I love those two. But they're two good young players that I just think will at least boost them a little bit. And then so sad for me to put the Kraken at the bottom because one, they're the Kraken. That's the coolest name in the world. And two, they have
that's what I wanted to talk about.
They are the only ones with the female coach. They have the first ever female coach. Not head coach. She's just a bench coach. But that's still, we love her. We love her.
Yeah. So I think Kraken is one of the coolest sports names ever. It's so good.
It's good.
And then I put them above the Sharks because why the heck is there a hockey team in San Jose?
Fair enough.
So one, Kraken have the cooler name, cooler logo, cooler colors, and two, why do the Sharks exist? I'm sorry.
But Sharky is so funny. That's the name of their mascot, obviously, Sharky. And
but like, I don't know.
I think it was Celebrini, like, ran into Sharky on a little childhood ATV, like, battery-powered one, and, like, ran. The TikToks are too funny. I love the Sharks TikToks. But I do love the Kraken just because they're a cool team, but they're a very, very young team. And they're, like, they're not like the Utah, where the Utah just gained the Arizona team. They actually had to make up their own team, so, and I think that's just why they're not the greatest in the world.
Yeah. That makes sense, though.
So, I think you got playoffs wrong, and I'm gonna explain it to you.
Oh, I think I got it right.
So, it goes based off the top four is one division, well, mostly one division. Bottom four is the other division. It doesn't go 1 through 8. It does not. It goes 1, so and it's different on each conference side too. Because they switch up who the wild cards are going against on each side.
I didn't do that.
Anyways, we're gonna start with Eastern. And I'm gonna explain it to you so you get it. So, who do you have winning the Atlantic?
The Atlantic, I have the Maple Leafs winning.
Okay. Who is your first wild card?
What?
So, 1, 2, 3 get an automatic into the playoffs on both sides, no matter what their thing is, their record is. Who is the out of those top 1, 2, 3?
Use a highlighter. So 1, 2, 3 get auto in, which I have 3 teams in. So wild card 1. That would be the 4th place.
That goes It goes based off of whoever has the better record that isn't part of the 1, 2, 3. And it can be from either side.
I have the Lightning.
Okay.
Lightning.
So I have the Senators. So I have Leafs versus Senators. And you have Leafs versus Lightning. I think the Leafs will move on.
Wait, why are they playing each other, though? Because I have them as number 2 and number 6.
Because... One sec.
This is nothing like the NBA playoffs, like you told me.
So it doesn't go. So imagine it here. I guess everyone's gonna see. Imagine it as, you know how it's usually this is one section, so that's the west, and this would be the east. You have to break it down even more. So this is the Metro, and this is the Atlantic.
Why would they do that?
You have to break it down. I did that terribly, but I was looking at the screen. So,
Okay.
in a bracket,
Mm-hmm.
so for the East, 1 and wild card 1 go against each other. And then
there's only 2 wild cards, right?
yes. But then
okay, cool.
2 and 3 from that same division, so the Atlantic again. So 2 and 3 of the Atlantic then go against each other. Yes.
So okay. So top seed
goes against wild card 1. But that's only in the Eastern. Only in the Eastern side. Western side, they go against wild card 2.
Yes.
And it's number 1 in that section. So number 1 of the Atlantic. Not number 1 of Eastern. Number 1 of the Atlantic.
Number 1 of the Atlantic goes against
wild card 1.
Wild card 1?
Yes.
Okay. Then the of the Atlantic.
Of the Atlantic,
and
2 and 3 go against each other.
2v3, and that is. This is so stupid. So, for those of you tuning in to the podcast, I'm learning how the playoffs in hockey work, and I've decided I don't like it, and it's too overly complicated. I'm fine with top 3 seeds making it, but do it based on games 1.
Nope.
All right, now what? So that's Atlantic.
That's kind of the Atlantic, and then Eastern side, it's 1 and wild card 2.
Do you mean Met?
Yeah, Met. It's 1 and wild card 2, and then 2 and 3 again. So that's just, it's the same kind of basis a little bit. The wild cards are different.
Wild card 2, and then it's 2v3. And that's for round. Yeah, my bracket's completely wrong.
Yeah, I kind of figured after I realized it in a second.
RD1. Okay.
We'll just do the Eastern fully for now. We'll go through one side, since yours is completely messed up. So,
yeah.
For Atlantic first and wildcard 1, I have Leafs versus Senators.
So Atlantic 1, I would have the Maple Leafs versus the Lightning.
Mm-hmm.
And I have the... God, this throws off everything. I'm going to have the Maple Leafs moving on.
Yeah, then Atlantic 2 and 3, I have Panthers versus Canadiens, with the Panthers moving on.
I have Senators versus Panthers, and I have the Panthers moving on, because that never changed.
Okay, that's good. And then on the Metropolitan side, first in Metropolitan and Wildcard 2, I have the Capitals versus the Lightning.
Did I say Panthers versus Senators? Or did I say Lightning? Regardless, the Panthers are moving on versus the Senators. I don't know if I misspoke or not.
No, you did Panthers versus... Yeah, you said the Panthers were moving.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
The Senators versus... Yes, Panthers moving on. Okay. And then for the other side, it would be the Hurricanes versus the Canadiens.
Mm-hmm.
Which I have the Hurricanes moving on.
Okay. And then I have, like I said, I had the Capitals moving on. And then 2 and 3, I have the Hurricanes versus the Blue Jackets, with the Hurricanes moving on.
I have the Capitals versus the Devils.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have the Capitals moving on.
Okay. We got through the first round on the Eastern side.
This is horrible.
Let's move into the second round on the Eastern side.
Okay, yeah, let's just go through.
We're going one side.
Sorry, listeners. I guess you're learning, if you don't know, how brackets work for hockey.
Yeah.
We did say unsolicited sports advice.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Sorry. Jamie knows what she's talking about, at least. I'm the clueless idiot.
So then, in the second round, the top ones obviously go against each other. So I have Leafs versus Panthers with, I think this is the Panthers' moment to blow it, and they're going to blow it to the Leafs.
You think it's the Panthers going to blow to the higher seed, which is the Leafs? At least on my end.
Yeah.
Do you have the Panthers higher than the Leafs on your bracket?
No, but the Panthers have won the past two Stanley Cups.
Okay. I don't want the Panthers to win. Go Leafs!
I also hate the Panthers to death, so I was rooting for the Oilers every time.
Their logo's hideous.
Yeah. And then I have the Capitals versus the Hurricanes, with the Hurricanes moving on.
I have the Hurricanes moving on. I can easily tell you that one.
Okay. That's all we need to know.
Yep.
So then for both of us, it's the Leaves versus the Canes, and I think the Leaves are moving on. I have
the Hurricanes moving on.
Okay. Is it just because they used to be the Whalers?
My entire bracket might be built on the fact that the Hurricanes used to be.
Hey.
I told you, it's vibes.
But all I'm telling you is I think it'll be... my Leaves prediction, I think, is completely wrong, and I think it should be the Panthers versus the Canes, and then the Panthers moving on, but I don't want that.
I made a bracket based on normal sanity choices, and I initially had the Hurricanes beating the Devils. I'm going to use my old bracket because I can, right? Because this changes everything for me. So I had the Hurricanes beating the Devils, the Leafs beating the Canadiens, the Lightning actually beating the Capitals. I thought there would be an upset. So Capitals moved way up in my bracket. And then I had Panthers beating the Senators. For round 2, I had the Hurricanes beating the Panthers and the Lightning actually beating the Leafs. So I had it being the Hurricanes versus the Lightning for the final, and I had the Hurricanes moving on.
I will say you had me there until the Lightning beating the Leaves.
I thought the Leaves would get upset. So I was going off that. So I made a bracket based on how brackets should
They did
be
get
made.
upset last year, but they got upset
that was
to
kind of
the...
what was going on there, because I do somewhat follow the playoff. I just apparently didn't follow how brackets were made.
Yeah. They did get upset to the Stanley Cup champions, though. There is that matter. But that's why when they play against each other in my bracket this year, I think the Leaves are going to be like, F you, Florida, and win it.
You see, we thought the Bruins would be like that every year, and every year we weren't, so...
Anyways, let's get on.
It might be built around the Hurricanes.
Yep.
So, yeah.
They did get into the second to last round last year, so it makes sense they're going that far. So remember, Olivia, it's the same exact thing, but the wild cards are switched. So wild card 2 is at the top, and wild card 1 is like against the bottom.
Wild card.
Same exact thing though.
Wild card 2, wild card 1, and which team is on top and which team is, or what conference is on top and what conference is on bottom, or division or whatever.
Central is on top.
So it'd be Central versus 2.
Wild, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, it's exactly the same.
Okay. Here, fill dead air while I quickly draw up a new bracket.
Okay. So obviously This one's gonna be my hottest take, I think. Just based off of what had all, like, happened last year and stuff. But also, I don't like Texas. Texas and Florida, there's more states. Texas and Florida, more specifically, are the ones that I'm just like, any of their teams, I hope they die and lose and just be awful. So I will always be rooting for their downfall, no matter what. And I'm also just gonna go with my preferences, because this is unsolicited sports advice, and we're doing silly little brackets, and stuff, which we'll probably do episodes about football and about hockey later on when they're actually in, well, I guess football's in season, but when hockey's in season, 28 days, before preseason, but we're also going to start fantasy leagues for all of these sports we don't do for shits and giggles, because why not? And we'll invite any of our friends, so I guess you guys can also hear about those. We'll post updates about our fantasy leagues once I make them. I'll probably make them after this episode. But yeah, I'm a big Wild fan, and guess what? I think they're gonna blow it like always. They can't move on in the playoffs. Minnesota does not know how to do that. I only really root for 2 Minnesota teams because obviously I'm from Wisconsin, and so I mostly root for Wisconsin teams. And luckily, the Timberwolves and the Bucks are not in the same, like, side, so I can root for the Timberwolves and also root for the Bucks at the same time. So that's why I also, I guess I root for the Lynx too. So 3, because once again, Wisconsin doesn't have a WNBA team, nor do I ever think they would have a WNBA team. I think they could possibly have a hockey team. I really like, I think it was like the Wisconsin Trout or something silly like that, and I think we should be a fish. I would love to see a fish hockey team, especially in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin deserves a hockey team. I'm eavesdropping, obviously.
We do have a hockey team. It's just the minors. In the AHL, we have the Admirals. There we go. But sadly, the Admirals don't go into the Minnesota Wild. The Minnesota Wild has their own minor league team, which is the Iowa Wild, and the Admirals actually go into the Hurricanes, which makes me sad, because I want them to go into the Wild, because I root for the Wild, but instead they go into the Hurricanes. And yeah, otherwise we have some other ones, like the Green Bay Gamblers are kind of popular. You got all of your junior teams, because we're obviously a big state for junior teams, so there's so many everywhere. And I do pay attention to one of them. One of them is in my hometown.
Oh my god, this bracket completely changed up the initial order I had.
She really has to change stuff. Honestly,
It completely does.
I'm doing pretty good at yapping here. I'm kind of coming up with this
the 2 teams
topics on the spot.
I thought would be in the Western Conference Finals are playing each other in the second round. So it kind of just messes.
Yeah.
Everything slightly up. Okay.
Yeah.
And
other sports I will always root for their downfall is Denver, but that's just because one of our friends actually roots for Denver. Kind of. She doesn't pay attention to sports, so I don't even know if I could say she roots for Denver sports. Shout out Kylie, who is an athlete and does not root. She does not pay attention to any sport. I don't think I've seen a single sport that she pays attention to. Other than the rest of us athletes who love our sports and pay attention to so many of them, like, it's kind of crazy. She pays attention to maybe swimming. Maybe. I don't even think she pays... Ella pays more attention.
I got a bracket. Yeah, Kylie, we love her, but Kylie is only capable of saying, 3 words. And giggles.
My brother, in fact, did say that one whispers or giggles a lot. So, when meeting her.
We'll try to get her as a guest at some point.
But she doesn't pay attention to any sports, just like I said. So how are we going to get her as a guest?
We trick her.
What?
We trick her. I don't know how we're gonna trick her, but we'll trick her.
Okay.
Oh my god, we could get Ella on to talk about swimming and her love of that one girl. What's her name?
Gretchen Walsh.
She's gonna kill me if we're not. Yeah, Gretchen Walsh.
I know her love. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
She could also come on and talk about hockey. You know, hockey.
Talk about hockey, yeah.
We could do a full 4-person one here with getting Noah in too, and you just sitting there.
We could get Kai as well.
Oh, we could go full in 5 people. Yeah. We're going hard. That would be a fun episode later on. I don't know what it would be about, but we're gonna figure it out.
It'd be a playoff bracket once we get the official thing, probably.
Or we could do something silly. Silly hockey.
That's true.
Duh.
You know what I think would be fun to do? I think we could do predictions of, like, all the major sports other than baseball at this point, and do, like, how many Achilles tendons are going to be ruptured? Are the lights in the stadium how many lights in the stadium are going to go out? How many times is the Bulls mascot going to fake date someone for, like, a scandal? Like, things like that. And try to, like you do 5, like, stupid predictions for, like, each of the leagues that are about to start / have already started for football's case. And then just be like, yeah, I think 5 NFL players are going to fall on their face while kicking or something stupid like that. And just do a podcast like that. I think that would be so fun.
Silly season.
And they can be short and silly season, yeah.
Silly season.
Oh, the playlist could be literally silly season.
Anyways.
Idea.
Okay. Anyways, we're going into the West.
Hockey is dumb. Support the Whalers.
They're never coming back. You're about to lose your one professional team.
We already lost it!
No, the Sun.
I know!
You haven't lost them yet.
No, we haven't officially lost it yet because our governor is writing, being like, please keep them. Please.
Yeah.
We'll build you a stadium, we promise.
So, going from the top. So, I have the Jets versus the Wild.
I have the Jets versus the Flames.
Okay, you have a different wild card than I order, but yeah that's fine. I have the Jets moving on. Wild is obviously going to blow it. Probably like the last game like they did, yeah, whatever. Not as bad as the Brewers blew it. Not as bad as the Brewers blew it. Not as bad as the Brewers blew it. But
at the game where the Mets came back in like the 9th to win, the 8th or 9th or whatever, it was, you could hear a pin drop in the stadium. It was devastating.
It was bad.
It was so sad.
Then I have the Avalanche versus the Stars, which this is a good matchup. A good matchup, but I think the Stars are going to win it.
I have the Avs.
Ooh, that's fine. Yeah. I'd rather have the Avs than the Stars. I just know the Stars probably will.
My other bracket was kind of boring because I just had the top seed always basically moving on in my bracket from the past one. So I tried to mix this one up a bit.
No, mine just has the top seed. Again. I then have the Knights versus the Oilers, with the Oilers making the upset and moving on.
You see, I have the Oilers versus the Wild, and I have the Wild making the upset and moving on. Yeah.
What?
I know that's wild, because I lived with a Wild fan for 2 years. Yeah, we lived together for 2 years.
The Wild have never made it past the first round.
I'm putting all my good energy.
They barely can make it to the playoffs.
To the Wild.
They can barely make it to the playoffs. Okay.
This is my dream bracket. I can move the Wild on if I want to. I initially had them moving on further than what I do now because I was going, this is Jamie. I was being nice. You know how I did nice to Kai by putting the Penguins up higher? I did the same thing for you in the Wild. I was being a supportive friend.
Okay. And once again, I always doubt my team. Just like I did for my Brewers in my MLB one, I always doubt my team.
You see, I think that could be a side effect of being a Boston fan because I always have complete faith in my teams. So I think I just
sometimes you shouldn't.
Other teams, I don't really feel that disappointment too often.
Sometimes you really shouldn't have faith.
I have faith.
Okay. Then I have the Kings versus the Flames with the Kings moving on.
I have the Kings versus the Knights with the Knights moving on.
Ooh, okay.
But I have the Knights, I believe, as the higher seed.
I have Knights in first.
I'll go through my original bracket because a lot of my thoughts
Stuff
obviously changed. Because, 1 minute, actually, I don't have to change the team I have moving on like I thought I did. So let me quickly...
Okay.
Here, keep talking.
So...
I'm just rewriting it.
At the top, I have the Jets versus the Stars. Last year, the Stars made a big upset here because the Jets were actually first in the entire NHL and the Stars beat them. But I think the Jets are pulling through. Once again, I'd rather root for them than the Stars.
I have Jets versus the Avs, and I did not nice Kylie because it's Kylie and bullying her specifically is more fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the Jets moving on.
Yeah.
All my other friends I was so nice to, and I was like,
it's Oilers versus Kings, and I think the Oilers are gonna keep going. And have that momentum. Also because I feel like it's...
Sorry, you go first.
I feel like it's wrong to have both of last year's Stanley Cup teams losing in the second round. So I was just nicer to the Oilers.
Yeah. I have the Wild versus the Knights, and I have the Knights moving on.
Oh yeah, I forgot
you had For no reason other than I can't let the Wild get further because they're gonna blow it.
They're gonna blow it. They're gonna blow it.
I have to have some realism in this bracket, even if...
Kirill is gonna get injured again or something. Well, he's not even... I don't even think he's signed again yet, so I don't know. Yeah, that's a whole thing. Yeah, things are going down in the Minnesota Wild right now. I then have Jets versus Oilers. I do not think the Oilers will get it into the Stanley Cups again. I think it's going to be the Jets.
I have the Jets versus the Knights, and I have the Knights moving on. I went off vibes for this conference. I have no idea what I'm talking about. It's
not bad, because... No, the Knights lost to the Oilers last year.
Okay. Well, I don't have them playing the Oilers,
yeah.
So...
I can't tell you how they would have done.
Original bracket. I actually I really kind of went wild for this one because I wanted to have fun. So I was realistic-ish, but not really. So the first round would have been the Jets versus the Flames, where I would have the Jets moving on. The second round, which I think I kept actually. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So the second round would have been, the second part of round one would have been the Stars versus the Kings, where I had the Stars moving on.
Okay. Those two make sense.
And then I had the Oilers versus the Wild, and I had the Wild upsetting the Oilers because I dislike Texas. And then I had the Knights versus the Avs.
Wait. I just realized, where do you think the Oilers are from?
Oh my god, they're from New York.
No! They're Edmonton. They're a Canadian team. Texas only has one team. Yeah, they only have... I think...
Texas. Why aren't they called the Oilers?
Well, okay, I think the Oilers used to be in Texas, and then they moved to Edmonton, and then Texas took the Stars from Minnesota.
I hate hockey. I don't get it. I don't like this. I have no clue what I'm talking about. This is unsolicited sports advice to the extreme. I sound like an idiot.
If people know you don't know hockey, I don't think they're going to be that mad.
True.
They're going to be more mad at me with my wild takes than you, so.
Okay. Yeah, I have no clue what's going on, guys, like, at all. So I am literally just, like, talking out of my, like, you know what. Yeah.
You could say but.
Language.
You can say but.
I'm talking out of my butt.
There you go.
She says with a straight face.
I
And then I would have the Knights versus the Avalanche. And I had the Knights moving on. And then from there, I had the Jets versus the Knights, where I had an upset on the Jets with the Knights moving on. So I switched that upset to the third round, basically.
Yeah.
And then I had an upset on this end, too. I had the Stars versus the Wild. And I believe the Stars are Texas this time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because they stole it
okay.
from Minnesota, because
had
it was
to
the
double
Minnesota
check.
North Stars. A better
Yeah,
place for the
okay,
name.
So I did know that. Oh my god. Okay, let me get back to this. Oilers should be from Texas. Because Texas has a huge oil industry. And so the fact that this is not their name angers me greatly. But anyway, I had the Wild actually upsetting the Stars. It would all come crashing down in round 3, where the Knights would probably beat them 4-0.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got the 2 teams that I thought would move on, which is the Canes versus the Knights for my Stanley Cup.
Oh, maybe the Oilers have always been there. Yeah. I
They
thought
should be from Texas. This
No.
is a dumb name. Okay, guys, look how much work I put into attempting to understand hockey, just to not understand hockey. I have actually tried for this episode, and I failed. Like, look at this. I tried so hard. And I just messed up in every shape and form. Like, I spent over an hour researching for this episode. Are you looking up the Oilers thing?
Edmonton has a vast oil reserve. Like Texas.
Okay, but Jamie, I put in so much effort. Like, legitimately, I did.
Yeah.
And I messed up. It's okay.
It's fine.
I'm not bitter and angry at all.
Anyways, we have the Stanley Cup finals, where I have the Leafs versus the Jets. And you have...
the Canes versus the Knights.
I forgot.
I know how that sounds, but hear me out, guys.
I forgot.
I will be one of those, like, Etsy witches by the time the season ends. Mark my words.
But
it's all from here.
Anyways, I have the Leafs winning it all. They just have the history of course. Leafs have the history of Stanley Cup playoffs. Like, they got it. Yeah.
I gave it to the Canes because they used to be the Whalers. And also they've been decent the past few years.
They have been really good. You're fine with that take. You are fine with that take. But we know the true reason. We know...
So, in the West, I just want there to be a lot of upsets because I think that makes for fun TV.
Yeah.
And then in the East, I have the team I actually want to win.
Fair
because
enough.
the Bruins can't win.
No.
And so I apologize for my ineptitude this episode. But I think I added some well-needed chaos.
And it helps other people if they're trying to get into the sport.
You know what we should do? We should do a For Dummies series. But
all of them?
The NHL bracket works.
Oh, God.
I would do the NBA with the wild card, too. But NBA is less difficult to understand.
I disagree, but okay.
Oh my god, it's 1 through 6 are guaranteed, and then 7 through 10 play against each other.
That's still weird. It shouldn't be that way. It's weird.
Look at each bracket for hockey and come talk to me.
It's still technically like 1 through 6.
Kind of, I guess.
And then 7 and 8.
I would agree with that.
It's for sure 7 and 8.
It's fine. I'm fine. I'm not angry at all. You know who's really easy to understand the bracket of? The NFL.
Yeah, theirs is.
Do you like the NFL?
Yeah. Anyways, everybody, that is the end of our National Hockey League predictions. Hope you guys liked the chaos. It was chaotic, and you're getting really unsolicited advice, and don't go off of any of our playoffs. Make your own opinions. Make your own
You can go off
opinions.
Jamie's. Do not go off mine.
Don't
Use
go
your
off mine
critical
because
thinking skills.
okay, but I also went I hate that team no. So there is some bad to me. But I do that in every sport because
Wait, are we gonna have to do our own Sweet 16 brackets for March Madness? Even though
Yeah.
neither of us watch college basketball?
yeah.
I'm gonna have the 16 seed upset the 1 seed every time.
I'm just gonna have UConn
I'm
women's.
kidding.
UConn women's, not men's. Women's will be winning, no matter what.
Oh, same.
No matter what
I
chance.
probably will put UConn on top for both.
Not for men's. Women's, yes.
Spoilers.
But yeah, that is our hockey video. Hope you guys liked it. Go follow us on all of our other socials. We have TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter, Threads, YouTube, and Spotify. YouTube and Spotify have our long form content. TikTok and Instagram have our short form content. And Olivia gives funny thoughts of herself that may not even revolve sports on Threads, Twitter, and Blue Sky. So
If it's not sports, it's Survivor or Big Brother.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
So follow us on 2OJ Podcast, 2OJ Pod, or OJ Pod on any of them. It depends on which one we got the handle for. So see you guys in the next video then. Bye!
Bye.